well, if you get yourself a decent investment, you are going to get a good return on it. And there's a big market for that. Unfortunately, because of government policy, there's not enough stock for that market when it comes to the private sector, which is driving those rents up. But I don't think London has lost its soul. I think it's very much alive. And if anything, it's even more alive now. There's a better mix of culture. There's some very, very funky developments going up in and around London. And it's definitely drawing the younger generation back into the city, as well as individuals wanting pied-à-terres.
I think we're sport as well, because we live and work in London, and what an amazing city it is. Whenever you speak to anybody who's not from London, like, yeah, every time I've come to London, I've had an amazing time.
Yeah.
And you forget that.
Yeah.
I was reading an article on PwC the other day, and it's still the top most visited capital in the world, London.
Yeah.
And that's why people still come back. Tourism and living here is just such a privilege as well.
But I also think that you realise that London is a series of small villages. Once you live here,
Yeah.
You've got your Chiswick and your Acton and your Shepherd's Bush and your Hammersmith and all of those different places. People want to live here. If you anywhere you are in the world, if you say you live in London, people are like, wow.
And landlords still
good,
want
funky culture.
to invest here. You hear a lot in the press about landlords leaving London, landlords getting out of the property market. We've not seen that in our data yet. What we have seen is an increasing number of landlords that want their property managed because it is more complex. So last year alone, we saw a 20% increase in the number of landlords that now said, Foxtons, can you just take care of it for me?
Sorry to interrupt, our larger investors are looking to invest more into London.
Quite often I talk to investors about London being the global city, and not because of obviously our arts and culture, but also because of our judiciary, because of our government, as much as we might sit here sometimes and bemoan them.
Which one?
But in other countries, we are very ordered as a nation, and that is a good, safe investment for people when they're coming from other areas of the world. And I think that's really important to think about. Also, the time zone, the language that we speak. Those are all things that are totally in our going for London, basically.
Transport links as well. If you look at, again, when you're considering where to live in London, you don't have to live in a specific area and work in a specific area. If you talk about the village, you can live in this village and you can work in that village, because you've got the transport links.
Yeah.
You look at the new home builds and the buy-to-rents, they've all been structured in a way that people working from home, and that's very common nowadays.
Yeah.
I think if you take the London, is it better for investment or living? It's what people want to make of it, isn't it? It's like, we're talking about students, we're talking about investors. Yeah. For some people, it is a great investment place because they're not looking to live here and they can get a great yield here and they can buy something for their children here, or they can buy something for their kids when they're students here. For other people, it's about living here and it's about enjoying all those bits.